Hello, love. Welcome to Yoga Life with Amber. I will be your geeky instructor, Amber. Today, we are going to be breaking down chaturanga vinyasa, fancy word for basically the push-up portion of a chaturanga. If you're here for workout, let's call it a tricep push-up, okay? You're gonna need a block for today or a pillow, something that is this high off the ground. And we are gonna start from the beginner level, and then we'll work our way up. So if you've always wondered if your chaturanga vinyasa or your tricep push-up is on fleek, you came to the right place. Full disclaimer, mine was not on fleek for a while, and I was about to wreck my rotator cuffs. So let's don't get injured and let's have some fun together. Thank yourself so much for being here. Let's get started. Grab your block or your pillow, whatever you brought to class today. Come on to hands and knees. Tabletop pose. We're gonna take that block or pillow and we're gonna place it on the lowest level on our mat. And we're wanting to land on our sternum. Walk your hands out to the top of your mat. Shift your weight forward. We're gonna start on our knees and come into a modified plank. Spread your fingers really wide. Hug your core. And then pull the elbows in towards the ribs. So the triceps are gonna turn and go straight back. Hug your belly, zip the belly up, and then super slowly lower down to the block. And once you come to the block, pause. See that 90-degree angle? And then push back up. Let's keep doing that. Inhale, top. Exhale, lower, 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 lower. You should really feel that in your triceps. And then press back up. You can take a little break, shift the hips back, take a down dog. And then keep on working whenever you're ready. Inhale, shift forward. Modified plank. Exhale, lower, 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 lower. 90-degree angle. Press back up. And you're hugging those elbows into the ribs like you're going to squeeze your ribs off. It takes a lot of strength in the triceps. It takes a lot of strength in the core to keep your core hugged in for stability. And it takes a lot of strength to, if we didn't have the block, to stop right here and then do an up dog. All right, we're gonna move the block and then we're gonna go through that chaturanga vinyasa on our knees, and then we're gonna go onto our toes and use the block again. Are you here for it? So move the block. This time we're gonna lower all the way down to our bellies. So as if the block is there, biggest things to think about, plug in the core, let the elbows come in, hug into the ribs, graze the sides, lower all the way down to your belly, and then inhale, lift the chest, place the hands round through the knees, send the hips back for a child's pose. You can tuck the toes or untuck the toes. Amazing, you are killing it. Check in with your breath here. Just a little backstory, I used to have to stay after class and work on my chaturanga vinyasa. My arms were weak, my triceps were non-existent, and it took me a year to get it right. 1 whole year. And even still, I was about to wreck my rotator cuff and I didn't know it. So here we go. Bring your block back or your pillow. This time we're gonna go on the toes. If you wanna stay on your knees, when you get on your toes, you're like, oh, I can't do it yet. Then continue practicing on your knees. If you would like to go to the toes, let's hit it. Place your hands. For me, my thumbs are pretty much even with the side of the block. That placement for my hands feels good. And then spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, come into that high plank push-up position. I am still working with my core from diastasis recti, so I have to really puff up through my shoulder blades, hugging my core a lot. For me, I like the toe magic, so I like to inhale, come forward on my toes, exhale, lower, 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 hug the elbows in, and then I drop my knees to come back to that downward facing dog. Because we have the block, we'll be dropping our knees to come back. So inhale, come forward. Hug the core, dome a little bit through the shoulder blades, come forward on the toes, and then graze the ribs, lower down onto the block. Drop the knees. Send yourself back down dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower. Drop the knees, downward facing dog. All right, let's take a little break. Drop down to your knees. Let's do a child's pose, rest. Maybe rock your head from side to side. Send some loving kindness to your arms. For this exploration of what feels good in your body, you might hate chaturanga altogether, and that's fine. You don't ever have to do it in class when the teacher calls it out. This is a great thing to practice. I love the tricep push-up because this is functional. Someone comes up to you and they're trying to like get at you, you're gonna push them. This kind of a push-up is like, I don't know many people that are this wide that I would push like this. Of course, everything has its purpose, but for me, I love tricep push-ups because I need that tricep strength to push, and also I need that tricep strength for a lot of things in yoga. Okay, we're about to graduate on some level. There's a million things that you can talk about with chaturanga vinyasa, but for today, we're gonna remove the block and we're gonna practice on our toes if you're there, or our knees without the block if that's where you are. Once again, if you're just here for the push-up, just do the tricep push-up. Let's get this party started. All right, walk your hands out. Come on to your toes. Hug in the core. Number 1, check, hug the core. Number 2, check. Come forward on the toes if you're on your toes. And then lower on the exhale. When you hit it like you know the block is there, send the heels back, and then come forward, flip the toes, and then exhale, downward facing dog. So when I flip my toes, I want my toes to flip kind of evenly. I don't want one toe to pop up, one leg to pop up, because if you think about that, if that's your style, it might look beautiful or you've seen someone else do it, but you're already in a back bend and you're picking up one leg, not both legs, one leg. So over time, that's going to cause some situations. I'm going to teach you the toe magic, as is what I call it, but you don't have to do toe magic if you don't like toe magic. So our 3 points are hug in the core, hug the triceps into the ribs, lower, and then 90-degree angle. Make sure you have that 90-degree angle with the arms, protecting the shoulders. All right, here we go. Here's toe magic if you're here for it. Inhale, high plank. Come forward on the toes. Exhale, lower. Imagine that block is there. Send the heels back. And then flip, flip. It makes it really easy for your toes to flip without flipping them high. This is up dog, or you could drop the legs. Cobra. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. All right, let's drop down on the glutes. All right, y'all, that is all for today. I'm so happy that you stopped by. I hope this helps you with your push-ups and your chaturanga vinyasas. I would love to hear about your experience in the comments. If you've ever worried about this or thought about your form, I can't wait to see you next time. If this video got you feeling like North Carolina, come on and raise up, hit that subscribe button, give it a like. Namaste for today.